Picture this: a young woman, Jennifer, with a smile as bright as the Florida sunshine. Life in Orlando was good, full of dreams and plans for the future. Then, one day, everything changed. Jennifer disappeared without a trace. It was like someone ripped the sunshine right out of the sky. Her family, her friends were all left in shock, filled with a terrible fear. What happened to Jennifer? Was she taken by a stranger, or was there something more to the story? This is the mystery of Jennifer Case. We'll dig into her disappearance, and maybe you will find the clue that unlocks everything. Hi guys, and welcome back to Crimeco, your go-to place for captivating true crime stories. We love to uncover the mysteries that haunt us all, bringing you the stories that leave you intrigued. If you're enjoying our content, don't forget to like and subscribe, as that helps us keep bringing you the stories. Now grab a drink, snuggle up, and get ready to crack open another crazy case with your favorite crew. Orlando, Florida. Sunshine, theme parks, a place where dreams come true. But for Jennifer Cass, living in a nice condo complex, this turned into a nightmare. This quiet neighborhood, full of families and young professionals, felt safe. But that feeling vanished when Jennifer disappeared without a trace. The complex itself was like a gated haven, filled with pretty lawns and everything looked perfect. But that feeling of safety turned out to be fake news the day Jennifer went missing. Nobody could believe it. Born in New Jersey, 1981, she was Drew and Joyce Casey's pride and joy, a daughter they loved more than anything. Even as a kid, Jennifer showed signs of being something special. She aced through school, always wanting to learn more about everything. The world was a great question mark for her, and she couldn't wait to explore it all. As she grew up, family was her rock. Her younger brother, Logan, wasn't just her sibling, he was her best friend. They shared everything and always had each other's backs. Together, they faced whatever life threw at them, getting stronger with every bump in the road. College took Jennifer to the University of Central Florida, where she dove headfirst into the world of finance. Numbers were her thing, and her attention to detail was amazing. She graduated with a fancy degree that would be her ticket to a bright future. But Jennifer wasn't all work and no play. She loved life and had a great group of friends who loved being around her because of her positive energy and the fact that she would always be there for them. These friendships were more than just hanging out, they were like family, creating memories that would stay with them forever. Her boyfriend, Rob Allen, lived a bit far away, but their relationship was strong and showing how much she valued love and commitment. Then everything changed. January 24th, 2006 was a day like any other for Jennifer. She went to work and said goodbye to her coworkers and planned to go back the next day. But the next morning, she was gone. Nobody heard from Jennifer, and her work was worried. They called her family, and that's when the nightmare began. Jennifer's parents, Drew and Joyce, drove 2 long hours from Tampa to her condo in Orlando. The scene that greeted them was just creepy. Her car was missing, but the inside of her apartment looked untouched. There was a damp towel hanging up like she had just showered, and clothes laid out on the bed like she was getting ready for something, but never got the chance. Panic hit Jennifer's family hard. They called the police and the search began. People looked for her everywhere, coming through the area, desperate to find her safe. But with every passing hour, hope started to slip away. Every hour that passed cranked up the pressure. This wasn't just about finding Jennifer anymore. It was about cracking open a mystery that would baffle investigators for years to come. The first big clue, and a creepy one at that, came a few days later. Jennifer's car. A black Chevy Malibu was found abandoned in a nearby apartment complex parking lot, just a mile away from her place. The car was empty, silent, and it sent shivers down everyone's spine. Police dusted the car for fingerprints and any other sign of what might have happened. They found a couple of things: a fingerprint they didn't recognize and a tiny piece of hair, but not enough to really understand what went down. Then came the security footage from the apartment complex. It was grainy, like watching a blurry dream, but it showed someone. You couldn't really tell who, but it showed someone ditching Jennifer's car into the parking lot. This mysterious person became the prime suspect, a ghost-like figure haunting the investigators. The police brought in the big guns, the FBI, and even NASA. They tried everything to clean up the footage to get a better look at this person, but no luck. The figure remained a shadow, their face and even their gender a total mystery. As the search widened, they looked into other corners of Jennifer's life. They talked to her family, her friends, her co-workers, anyone who knew her. They double-checked everyone's stories, looking for any loose threads, anything that might be a hidden dark secret. They even looked at her relationship, past and present. As the search for Jennifer dragged on, all sorts of ideas started popping up. The investigators felt like they were lost in a maze, each turn revealing another dead end. One theory focused on the construction workers who were fixing up Jennifer's condo complex. She had told family that they would catcall her and make her uncomfortable. The problem was, many of the workers didn't speak English well, making it hard for the police to question them thoroughly. But the investigators kept digging, determined to find something, anything that might lead to Jennifer. Another idea centered around a manager at Jennifer's work. Some people thought he maybe liked her more than a friend, but didn't take it well when she didn't feel the same way. The police checked him out thoroughly, but eventually ruled him out as a suspect. As time passed, a scary thought crept in. Human trafficking. Could someone have snatched Jennifer and forced her into a life of crime? Her family held on to this possibility, hoping against hope that she might still be alive. The investigators, however, were more cautious. They knew human trafficking was a terrible reality, but they didn't want to get anyone's hope up too high. Then there was Chino. He used to be a maintenance worker at Jennifer's complex, and when someone mentioned his name, it sent shivers down everyone's spine. He kind of looked like the blurry figure in the security footage. The investigators rushed to talk to him, but their excitement fizzled out fast. Chino had an alibi and passed the lie detector test, proving he wasn't involved. The investigators continued to hit roadblocks, but Jennifer's family wasn't about to give up. They remembered mentioning to the police that workers had been laying a new carpet in the condo across the hall from Jennifer's the day she vanished. A private investigator working for the cases received a tip that someone saw a rolled up carpet being dumped in a nearby lake around that same time. This detail felt significant. Could the carpet have been connected to Jennifer's disappearance? The investigators pushed for the police to search the lake, and although they didn't find anything, the lingering image of the dumped carpet fueled a new theory. Perhaps Jennifer had been abducted by someone living in the vacant apartment with the construction workers. This theory pointed to a possibility the initial investigation hadn't fully explored: the possibility of multiple people being involved. With this new direction, Jennifer's family felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were determined to sift through the case files they had obtained from the Orlando Police Department, hoping to find a lead they might have missed. Cass family, now with the files in their hands, had the power to re-examine everything, every witness statement, every shred of physical evidence. They pored over it all, searching for inconsistencies or anything the police might have overlooked. It was a daunting task, but they weren't alone. Michael Torretta, the private investigator, became their partner in crime solving. Together, they meticulously retraced the investigators' steps, hoping to spot a hidden clue. One particular detail that caught their eye: the security footage from the complex where Jennifer's car was found. Police had mentioned the frustrating timing of the video. Every 3 seconds, a new frame was captured, but each time the fence blocked the person's face. But what if there was a way to see past the fence post? The answer might lie in technology. With advancements since 2006, perhaps there was a software that could enhance the grainy footage and reveal the person's identity. It was a long shot, but for Jennifer's family, any possibility was worth exploring. They decided to reach out to experts in video enhancement, with a flicker of hope rekindled in their eyes. Desperation and determination intertwined as Jennifer's family pursued the video enhancement lead. They contacted several companies specialized in digital forensics, explaining the case and the limitations of the original footage. The responses were a mix of cautious optimism and doubt. Some companies warned that significant enhancement might not be possible due to the low quality and the fence post obstruction, but one company offered a glimmer of light. They explained a new video enhancement technique that utilized artificial intelligence. It could potentially analyze the existing pixels and surrounding details to create a clear image of the obscured figure. It was a cutting-edge technology, expensive, but a chance they couldn't ignore. The Casseys, along with Michael, their investigator, decided to take the gamble. They emptied their savings accounts, set up a fundraising campaign, and even sold some of their belongings to raise the necessary funds. Every dollar raised brought them closer to potentially unlocking the biggest mystery of the case: the identity of the person who parked Jennifer's car. Wait for the enhanced footage was agonizing. Weeks turned into months filled with constant communication with the tech company. Finally, the day arrived. An email notification buzzed on their phones. The subject line simply read, "Jennifer Casey's case, video enhancement result." All eyes were glued to the screen as they downloaded the attachment. Would it be a breakthrough or another crushing disappointment? With one click, the attachment loaded, revealing the familiar grainy footage from the security camera. Jennifer's family held their breath as they watched the blurry figure get out of the car on the screen. Then their hearts hammered on their chests as the video transitioned. The new technology had worked to an extent. The figure was no longer completely obscured by the fence post. The artificial intelligence had managed to fill in some of the missing details, sharpening the image around the head and shoulders. They could now make out the person's general build and maybe even a hint of hairstyle. But was it enough? Was it finally clear enough to identify the person? A wave of emotions washed over them: relief, frustration, and a flicker of cautious hope. The image wasn't perfect, but it was definitely better. It offered a starting point they never had before. The investigator began meticulously comparing the enhanced image to anyone previously mentioned in the case files: old leads, potential suspects, even construction workers from the complex. Jennifer's parents exchanged a look. The grainy image might not be a slam dunk, but it was a significant step forward. After all these years, there was finally a clear picture of the person who might hold the key to finding Jennifer. It was a bittersweet feeling, a reminder of the long road they've traveled, The surge of hope that their relentless pursuit might finally lead them closer to the truth. As days turned into weeks, Michael continued to comb the case files, comparing the enhanced image to any phase that had surfaced in the investigation. Disappointment began to chew at them. The grainy details, while improved, weren't enough for a definitive identification. Frustration mounted, but Jennifer's family refused to give up. They decided to take a chance on a different tactic: public exposure. They reached out to national news outlets sharing the story of Jennifer's disappearance and the newly enhanced footage. News programs across the country aired the clips, appealing to viewers for any information that might help identify the person in the video. Social media exploded with the case, sparking renewed public interest. Tip lines were flooded with calls, some offering nothing new, but others holding a sliver of possibility. One particular tip stood out. A viewer claimed the figure in the video bore a resemblance to a man they knew from the Orlando area. The man had a history of petty theft, but nothing linked him to a violent crime. Hope flared again. Jennifer's family and Michael followed up on the lead, discreetly investigating the man's background and alibi for the night of Jennifer's disappearance. Unfortunately, the trail soon went cold. The man had an alibi that checked out, and there wasn't enough evidence to connect him to Jennifer. The rollercoaster of emotions continued, brief bursts of hope followed by crushing disappointment. Yet, the exposure on national media had a positive side effect. It rekindled interest in the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. In late 2022, a significant development emerged. The department took over the case from the Orlando Police Department. This decision brought refreshed eyes and renewed resources for the investigation. The department, impressed by the enhanced footage, decided to re-examine all available evidence, including items from Jennifer's car that might have been overlooked previously. With a renewed investigation underway and the power of the enhanced video as a potential lead, Jennifer's case stepped back into the spotlight. The mystery of her disappearance remained unsolved, but a glimmer of hope flickered for her family and all those who sought answers. The department's fresh investigation continues into 2024. They are re-interviewing contacts and scrutinizing construction workers, while experts try to further refine the enhanced video using facial recognition. Social media communities keep the case alive, sharing the video and searching for clues. Jennifer's family remains active, advocating and fundraising to support the investigation. The combination of renewed efforts, advanced technology, and unwavering hope may finally lead to a breakthrough leading to answers for Jennifer and her loved ones. The mystery of Jennifer Case's disappearance may have stretched on for years, but the pursuit for truth hasn't wavered. As long as there are those dedicated to finding her, there remains a chance that one day Jennifer will be brought home. Okay guys, before you head out, don't forget to give this video a like. It really tells us that you're enjoying the content, and we would love to hear your thoughts on this case. What do you think happened to Jennifer? Leave your comments below and we will be reading and interacting with you guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the flip side of another mind-blowing case. Until then, stay curious.